What's up, everyone? It's Brandon here again for another video. Today's video, I'm going to talk about human motivation, understanding what drives people, what makes people take the decisions and the path that they choose to take. And this is both a complex topic and a simple topic. And what I'm going to be talking about today is really the simple framework that you can use to understand and kind of conceptualize what drives all human actions. And it's really as simple as people really want to feel happy, whole, and complete. And if they don't feel that way, they're going to take actions to try to feel that way. And you might think to yourself, what if someone shoots another person? Why are they doing that if their goal is really to feel loved and connected and feel like they're part of a community and feel like they're, worth something? Why would someone go shoot up a school? If that's the case, Brandon. And my kind of response to that idea, or to understanding why people would do negative things like that if they really wanted more love, is basically you can, if you want to look at the school shooter example, that person is feeling alienated. They're feeling heavily alienated from everyone around them, from the people that they may consider to be their friends or wish that they were their friends. They don't feel connected, and they want to feel connected, and that need for connection and that need for love ultimately drives them to come to a point where they are so disconnected from what they want out of this human experience on planet Earth. They're so disconnected from their desires and what they really want out of life that they basically, in one way, give up, and also are trying to exact revenge against the people that they feel did not give them the love, connection, compassion that they thought they deserved. That's one way of simplifying that example and kind of responding to it. But it goes for so many different examples. Why does why does a Muslim do a suicide bombing? How can that possibly be done out of love or the desire for greater connection? This one's even a more straightforward and easy to understand example than the previous one. So, in the Muslim faith, at least in the type of Islam that has a lot more of the extremist, kind of radical Muslims in it, it's at least understood that if you serve Allah and you die, you will go to heaven, and you will have several dozen virgins waiting for you. You'll be encompassed with love and connection of God, essentially, of Allah. And when you think of it in those terms, if killing a couple dozen people, or maybe more, who are seen as your sworn enemies and enemies against Allah, you can see how that person would think that it's a good, loving, and justifiable thing to do, to go blow up a group of people and in their own lives in that pursuit for love and greater connection. And you have to understand, for most people, that desire for a spiritual connection to something higher than themselves is one of the strongest driving factors, because it's one of our strongest desires as human beings on this planet. We all have connections to a spiritual source of energy. You can call it what you want: God, Allah, Brahman, whatever. There is that reality. That is a true thing, and people will always be seeking that. That's why you will have so many different religions. That's why you will have so many people acting in really strong ways to try to get this desire filled. But ultimately, you can look into so many different aspects of human interactions and human motivations, and simply see that the person wanted to feel loved, they wanted to feel whole, they wanted to feel complete, and they wanted to feel happy. And until they feel those things, they're going to continue living a life and acting to try to fulfill those needs in the best way that they see fit. And considering we don't live in a perfect world, there are many times when someone may try to fulfill one of those needs, and they'll end up doing something very unhealthy or very damaging to themselves and other people. Drug addiction, another example. The person just wants to feel happy. The person just wants to get away from their previous traumas and other things in their life that have led them to feel as if their life is subpar and not worth living. So they take a substance that chemically changes the way that their brain is firing at the time to make them feel as if they're whole and complete, or at least euphoric and happy. And of course, there are many different ways that drugs interact with the brain, but this is basically a simplification of what is ultimately happening. But yeah, so I think you guys get the gist of it. We're all seeking to feel better, happier, and more connected to other people. And this sometimes makes us act in some crazy and dangerous ways. I hope that this video helped you to understand not only your own psychology, but also the psychology and motivation of others. And I hope that you can go forward into your day today and just use this information to see the world in a little bit of a more complete way. So thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube. It really helps me out, helps me to spread my videos. And go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm going to be making more content similar to this pretty regularly. So thanks for watching.